Oh, I am so mad right now. I don't know where people get off that they can think that they can just have an attitude right off the get-go, especially professionals. Man, just got back from Universal Dentistry in Turnersville. I got to go for a walk. I just got back from Universal Dentistry in Turnersville. And they've done my dental work before. They've done my wife's dental work. And I'm sitting there. Now, I've had dental work done in the past. And I got caps done here 30 years ago. And there was, I guess they call it an abscess under 4 of my front teeth. And it's been there for 30 years. It's a void. And I tried to explain this to the dental assistant, and she says, okay. She says, well, you know, I'm not the doctor. She says, I said, look, I'm telling you, it was there since like 1991. She says, well, I says, you took other x-rays, you put the caps in. I was like, so compare it. She goes, oh, we don't have those records because we got a new computer system. Well, what the hell is a computer system? What's the sense of having a computer system if you can't download your old files into your new files and compare your patient's files? Well, she's like, yeah, I know, right? Well, here's the thing. Doctor comes in. Dentist. I'm going to call him a dentist because he says he's a doctor, but he come in and he says, oh, you got an abscess. I was like, yeah. And this is the way I was taught. I didn't come off no attitude. I was happy-go-lucky. And I was like, nah. I said, that's been there for 30 years, doc. And he turned around and looked at me and went, threw up his hands, and he says, you're going to tell me, I'm the doctor, you're going to tell me, and you're going to talk down to me? Then why are you here? I was like, well, I have a cavity right here that I need addressed. I was like, but I'm just telling you. He says, no, you're telling me that, and he starts yelling at me. You're going to tell me that I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm looking at that and I see an abscess, and you're going to tell me. I said, doc, I just told you that that's been there for 30 years. Hasn't changed. I was like, the doctor did the root canal 30 years ago. You guys, not you, but this office, put the caps on like 5 years ago. It hasn't changed. And then he started yelling and screaming and, you know, I'm the doctor, blah, blah, blah. Well, maybe you should just get up and you should go somewhere else. And I was like, you know what? I had enough of these doctors and people with attitudes. You're going to come off and you're going to give somebody an attitude. Be prepared, especially me. Be prepared to be talked to exactly the way you're going to talk to me. You're going to come off to me like that, then I'm going to come off exactly the way, because apparently that's the only language you understand. So I got up, turned around, I said, fuck you, you asshole, you're a fucking jerk-off. Walked out to the office. As I'm walking out, I'm still cussing him out, calling him a fucking asshole. I was like, you know what? Try to fucking bill me too, because they didn't take my payment yet, and walked the fuck out. I am so mad right now. Pardon the language, but you know what? I don't set myself up and say, hey, you know, I was nice as pie. I'm going to tell you exactly the way it went down. So you know that I'm not lying, because if I tell you I told him that, I'm going to tell you my exact words. Okay? So I'm not going to sugarcoat myself to be, oh my God, oh, I was this and I was that. I was so nice and he was so rude. Nope, I let him know right where I stood. So that dentist, I wish I got his name. I can get his name, but he's the only, an older, thin dentist, gray hair. My wife said that he was rude to her, and she got up and she left, and she didn't have him do any work. She wanted the tooth pulled and he didn't want to pull it. So she says, all right, well, never mind then. So she got up and left, and they billed us $50, $60 for that visit, and didn't get no work done. So that's the last time I'm going there. As long as that bastard, he's working there, you'll never see me back in there again. And that's Universal Dentistry. You see their ads on television all the time. This, that, in Turnersville. That son of a bitch, he's lucky. I'm telling you, he's so lucky I didn't throw his freaking head through a wall. I was really close. So instead of me getting locked up, I just left. Oh, that's the second doctor this year that yelled at me. I don't know where you doctors get off, and you professionals get off, thinking that you can go ahead and just yell at your patients. You better start listening to your patients. We know our bodies. Start listening to them. Where's your bedside manners? All right, my rant's over. I'm going to go have a beer now and settle down. Y'all try to have a nice day, because I would sit there and say it can't get any worse, but I'm sure it can, because the day is still early. It's still noon, and I dropped my truck off over at the Dodge dealership, and that's a whole nother story there. So, all right, I'm out of here. Hopefully I don't have to tell you about the story about my truck, and if I do, stay tuned. All right, do your things.